Hello, this is Ashley with the Pipeline ROI Inbound Marketing and Web Design team. Today I'm going to be showing you how to set up Twitter from scratch and show you how I would go about doing it. So that way you can make sure you've got a good complete profile, as well as I'm going to touch on some other points as I do this. The first one of which is actually going to be, you'll notice I'm not starting out on Twitter. I want to make sure that I'm going to be able to get the the name for the user that I want. The reason why I came here first is because this is going to let me check across all of the different social media platforms that I want to use to make sure that the username is available. So I'm going to have that run through real quick. I'm seeing a lot of green, which is very good. If you don't yet have a domain, you may want to pay attention to this section. .coms are usually still some of the best ones. You do have other options. We're not here to really talk about the domains, but this is the area I'm wanting you to focus on. Okay, there was an error with that one. That's why I was checking to see why this one was red. So the name could still be available on this one. I would just have to click here to go to the site to see if I could register with it. The one I'm interested in right now is Twitter. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. And it's going to bring us to twitter.com. I'm going to click on sign up. I'm going to do put the name, put an email, and you'll see that these will check off. So if you might have started a Twitter back in the day, it'll come up with something. So for example, I know that this email is already in use, but you'll get a message like this letting you know you can either log in or recover your password if you haven't. But since we're going through the process of doing a new account, I'm going to use this one instead. And then it's going to ask you for a password. You can either check this box or not. It's up to you. This is going to initially determine what sort of things are going to show up in your feed or what's going to be promoted to you. Let's sign up. You guys will want to fill out this step. I'm not going to, just because I don't really have a phone number other than mine to put in there, and I'm not going to do that. This is one of the features that if you'd already set it up before and you needed to recover a password, your phone number is going to come in handy there, so you're going to want to enter that. So for username, let's do Pipeline ROI Web Design. This little checkbox means that it is available. If I'd put in something, I'm going to use my actual Twitter, it would say, you know, this is already taken, and then you could choose from one of these selections here if you wanted to. Personally, I would avoid usernames with numbers in them, just because those are kind of very reminiscent of the old, you know, AOL days where it's, you know, real estate agent 1324, and it looks like a fake account if you've got numbers in it, unless it's part of, you know, your real estate or lending branding. Like if you use the number 1 instead of the word one ONE, for example. But let's switch it back to what we're wanting to actually register. So we're good to go on that. Click on next. It's going to ask us to add a photo. Let's see. I'll pull up a picture here and see if I've got one. And I do have one right here. So I'm going to just click on it. It's on my other monitor so you can't see, but I'm just clicking and dragging the photo there. So this is what I wanted to use. You can zoom in on it a little bit, or you can have it fit the full space. I'm going to zoom in just a little. No, actually I want it like that. Whatever's in the box is what's going to actually show. So this one actually looks like it might be a little bit too big, but that's okay. It'll work for what we're wanting to do here. So I click on apply. And you can always change it later. So if I wanted to do maybe a different one, you just pick whatever pictures are there. Do that one is a little bit more centered. You just click on continue. It's going to ask you what you're wanting to do. This is how you're going to get things kind of pre-populated in your feed. To do this, you can do something like, we'll do local area. So we're out of Oklahoma City. And it'll make suggestions for you. As you can tell, Thunder, very popular right now. And it may or may not have things. Real estate, mortgage, and let's see what else. We like social media, specific social media marketing. And you're going to think about what you're going to be sharing. So the purpose of the account that I'm setting up is we're going to be sharing things about social media marketing, SEO. You can do as many or as few of these as you want. So let's see. What other ones do I want to add? We've got 5 here. That's enough. You can always add or add things later depending on who it is. This is the part where you can import any contacts if you've got either Gmail or Outlook. I'm just going to click on no thanks for now. These are the people that they're recommending. You can, oh hey, look, there's my actual ones. We're going to follow me. Don't need, let's see, what is this one? New York Times real estate. So these are going to be articles from the New York Times. So we're going to add that. So it's very, very easy to go through and choose things that are going to be very centric to what you're after. Some of these may or may not make sense. Conference. So you just can kind of go through and choose which ones you want to follow. Or you can just mark follow all and it will do that. So I clicked. Let me choose. We've got, and it'll break it up by topic. And you can just uncheck ones that you don't want to do. So for example, this one's in Spanish. Unfortunately, I don't speak Spanish, so you would probably want to uncheck some of those. Then we already have some on there, so we'll leave that one. And we'll leave the Oklahoma ones for now. And then these are some suggestions based upon whatever, so you can choose that. You can also unselect all and do just certain ones. So I'm going to go ahead and select some of these and we'll go to the next screen. Okay, so now I've got it down to about 16 to initially start. That's plenty of people to follow. If you've got mortgage brokers or agents that you know in your area and you want to do that, I would recommend following them. So this kind of gives you your first initial setup where you've got some articles and things that you can retweet. So that's how you set up a Twitter account. the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually show you how you can make your profile a bit more complete. And that'll be in our next video. Thanks and have a great day, guys.